Christmas Awakening on day 2 of our Advent journey. On this first week, our search for hope, we want to do a brief Bible study. Allow me to share a passage from Luke chapter 1, verses 6 through 15 about Zechariah and Elizabeth. Zechariah and Elizabeth were righteous in God's eyes, careful to obey all the Lord's commandments and regulations. They had no children because Elizabeth was unable to conceive, but they were both very old. One day Zechariah, was serving God in the temple. His order was on duty that week, and as was the custom of the priest, he was chosen by lot to enter the sanctuary of the Lord and burn incense. And while the incense were burning, a great crowd stood outside praying. While Zechariah was in the sanctuary, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing right to the right of the incense altar. Zechariah was shaken and overwhelmed, as well we would be, with fear when he saw him. But the angel said to him, "Don't be afraid, Zechariah. God has heard your prayer. Your wife Elizabeth will give you a son, and you are to name him John. And you will have great joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth, for he will be great in the eyes of the Lord." God's word for us this day. Amen. While Elizabeth and Zechariah were not able to have children, Elizabeth, in fact, had carried the weight of her barrenness inside her soul for year after year, decade after decade. Her dream unfulfilled, her hope dashed, her life lived with some tears, disappointment, and really grief at her inability to have children. Elizabeth felt the sting of her barrenness, shame and reproach from those who would see this as a sign of God's disapproval, God removing his favor from her, and truly of the unfulfilled longings to be a mother. The emptiness of her womb was also a sign of the emptiness of her heart. It seemed like God perhaps had forgotten them, that they were somehow left outside the scope of his oath or his blessing. But astonishingly, notice how Elizabeth responds. How she chose to respond, I might add. Elizabeth chose to release her pain and emptiness to God. She was honest in her prayers. Elizabeth chose to serve faithfully, to keep serving faithfully, despite her disappointment. Her service to God rising above her disappointment. Elizabeth chose to keep her heart attentive to God's voice and speaking into the silences of her life. Elizabeth didn't let the impossible blind her from believing and receiving God's new blessing in her life. She possessed truly a resilient hope that despite the perplexing circumstances, that God was still in control. And when God answered her prayers, you could tell her true heart. She praised God for his miracle. The Lord has done this for me. Elizabeth dares to believe, to trust that God is up to something good, despite her circumstances. Though she cannot see how, she believes that God will accomplish his purposes for her and for Zechariah. Well, an angel visits Zechariah in the Holy of Holies to announce that Zechariah and Elizabeth will bear a son. The Lord has heard and answered their prayer. Yes, at an unexpected time in their older age. But with the birth of John, who would become John the Baptist. And this miraculous birth would be the first miracle in a whole line of miracles that would lead, yes, to the Messiah. What an honor, what a privilege. I invite you to reflect on this passage, some questions that might help you along the way. What must it have been like for Elizabeth to live with her barrenness year after year? And yet, amazingly, she possesses hope with substance to it. What kind of choices did she make that hope compelled her to make, perhaps, that helped her along the way? Were these easy choices? Another question, what was the source of hope in Elizabeth's life? And what did you learn about hope from Elizabeth in this passage and in this study? And how might you apply that to your life? How might that kind of hope anchor you as you move forward toward Christmas in this year of pandemic? And how might this be the secret to your own hope awakening? See you next time on our Christmas Awakening.